my god, do you see this episode, bro? This episode had me going bananas. It was so crazy. I was not expecting everything we saw, especially that part where Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, got stabbed through the chest. What?
Oppai Senpai, this is all your fault, you sick weeaboo!
Hey, don't be blaming me, Vegeta. It's not my fault. I didn't tell you to go fight Goku Black, alright? That was all you, brother. But hey, I will admit, Vegeta, I had a little pleasure watching you get stabbed for some reason. Like, you're my favorite character, but when you got stabbed, not only was I screaming, but I was like, oh, this is so epic. But don't worry, I am not a narcissist.
I also feel like I might have some narcissism, right?
And I'm not a sociopath.
I also feel like I am a little bit sociopathic. Like, I would just, like, really get turned on, like, if something, like, bad happened to someone else.
So don't worry, Vegeta. Don't worry, guys. I'm not crazy. But this episode had me going bananas. Alright, so there were a lot of hidden messages throughout the episode. There were also a few Easter eggs and a few conflicting stories that were happening at the same time. Some things that conflict with other things. We're gonna break those down. We're also gonna be taking your questions via Snapchat, like this one.
Do you think that Goku will go Kaioken, or will Goku and Vegeta fuse?
Don't worry, brother. I'm gonna answer your question later in the video. But you guys, if you want to see your question featured on this channel, add me on Snapchat. You can send me a question and I'm gonna feature it in my video. So it could be in any video at any point in the video. So make sure you guys watch every single video throughout the whole video. But now, guys, let's talk about what the hell is going on in this episode.
Be the first to learn about breaking news, anime leaks, fan dubs, and in-depth analysis videos. Subscribe to Anime Live Reactions and enable notifications. Hashtag Notification Squad.
In the opening images, it says the man who managed to land a blow on Black in the Battle of Mango Hill. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because the characters in the series are now referring to things and giving them names in terms from a historical perspective. So if you look on the same day that this episode aired, in the morning, in terms of the United States Eastern Time, around 8 a.m., they actually had, for the first time, they showed Dragon Ball Resurrection of F on Fuji TV, on television, and they had an additional 13 minutes of footage that we didn't see in the movie. And in that movie, Future Trunks in the future had a book, but it did talk about the history of Dragon Ball. So what's interesting about this is that is connecting directly to this. The Battle of Mango Hill is one of those battles that is going to be added to that book. So yes, it is all connected. Now, that means your helpers from the past here to defeat Black, right? So they are aware of what's happening or what the plan is, but it's not because Mai explicitly told them like, hey guys, this is the plan. It's because she told them in the moment, and you're gonna see that later in the video. But so at first Future Trunks is confused, like, well, we should be the only ones who know about this, but don't worry, it doesn't matter because he now sees Future Mai, and here is where we get more confirmation that there might be something going on between Future Mai and Future Trunks. And if there isn't, there will be something going on in the future because the writers are hinting at it. So obviously Future Mai and Future Trunks, they're not gonna admit, hey, we like each other, wink, wink, wink. They're not going to admit that. But the fact that the writers are giving us so many hints, I mean, we've seen relationships happen in the series before, so it wouldn't be any surprise to anybody that we have a relationship between Future Mai and Future Trunks. I think this relationship is gonna be more impactful and more real than even Chi-Chi and Goku or Bulma and Vegeta. I think this relationship is one of the first relationships that actually makes sense and develops naturally through the impact of the war and the loss and all this stuff that has happened to these characters. So I love this. Alright, so they hold hands and they're all being super cute. Future Mai is like, oh, Trunks, you touched my hand. Okay, it didn't go that way, but let's talk about this scene because this scene is important. Trunks will bring reinforcements from the past. So that is how the soldiers found out about the plan. It's not really that she told them this is the plan, but in the moment, she informed them of what is the plan between them, Future Trunks and Future Mai, who is now, Future Bulma, who is now dead. So why do the writers want us to know that these are the only survivors? Like, why does that even matter to the story? here's why this matters. The reason why these are the only survivors is because they want to let us know that Goku and Vegeta cannot mess this up. Because if they mess it up, it's over. If these people die, that's it. So that is the reason why they're doing this, to show us that there is a lot of tension, to raise that tension, and to show that the stakes are very, very high. Okay, that is why they're doing this. Now, Bulma has the bright idea to bring food and to bring a few extra supplies. And the hidden message throughout the whole episode, really, the overall theme, if you guys didn't notice this, it's actually to have a backup plan. All right, pay attention to that, because a backup plan is the main overall theme. And the reason why I say this is, in this case, Bulma has a backup plan, and the backup plan is to have supplies for these people. Vegeta and Goku, and they're all gonna have their own backup plans, and I'm gonna show you how throughout this video. Okay, so keep that in mind. So the Prince of All Saiyans reveals, and we know this already, that yes, his wife is now his Saiyan pride. It's not his race so much, but more his family. All right, moving on. So Yajirobe is alive. Now people are wondering, why is he here? Why does he matter? So he does reveal that Korin gave him the last Zensu beam after they were killed by Android 18. But the reason why he was brought back into the episode is not because he's gonna make an impact to the series. It's not because Yajirobe is going to create some Zensu beams or something, or he's gonna be fighting Goku Black. No. So then why have him anyways? Well, here's the reason. It's not the fact that he is here. Okay, it's not the fact that it's Yajirobe, but it's how he is still alive. That's what's important. Because the reason he's alive is because the Zensu beams. And if you guys remember, Goku still has some Zensu beams in his pocket. He does. He has some Zensu beams extra when he went to Korin's palace. Alright, so the reason why they brought him here is to reinforce the idea of Zensu beams and the fact that Goku still has some backup Zensu beams. So that is Goku's backup plan. Besides having the button to bring forth the Omni King, he also has some Zensu beams in his pockets. All right, so now we know his backup plan, but a few people have backup plans too. We're gonna get to those in a second. Now, when it comes to battles, this guy's always hiding. We know that about him, and I love the reaction. Goku and Vegeta, hilarious. All right, so Vegeta says he will defeat Black alone. That is very typical of Vegeta. He says you have that girl to look after. So that is Vegeta's backup plan. So I already talked about Goku's backup plan, which is the Senzu beans. Vegeta's backup plan is, if things go south, Trunks and Future Mai are gonna go to the past and save themselves. All right, so you guys understand, you need to save yourselves. All right, and then they start blushing because they're like, no, we're not in that type of relationship. But that is their backup plan. But now we're gonna get into the other backup plans, because there's still a few more that you guys haven't seen yet. So we're gonna get to those in a second. All right, so now Black says the future of this land shining bright after release from the past known as humans. He's actually disappointed at the fact that everything is destroyed. He doesn't see, the thing about Goku Black is, in his eyes, he is the hero of justice. He is the good guy and everything else is evil. So he doesn't want to destroy the planet, he wants to preserve the planet. What he wants to destroy is the cockroaches within the planet, in his eyes, humans, which is actually referring to all mortals, not just humans, but Saiyans and anything that is immortal, okay? And that's gonna be very important. So now he says, my utopia is nearly complete. Humans, sit back and await your judgment. So that is showing us that he is at the level of the gods, because only gods can judge mortals. So he sees himself as a god. Whether he is or not, we still don't know. I thought I destroyed the time machine. So he was not expecting these characters to come back, which is contradictory to what we see later in the episode with Zamasu. You guys are gonna see in a second, but Trunks makes some interesting points that I think are very valid. He says he doesn't look remotely surprised to see Super Saiyan Blue. It's like he's seen it before. So this leads to a conclusion, or to a theory, that is, okay, maybe Goku Black has never met them in person in terms of Super Saiyan Blue, but he has seen them through either stories or maybe a magic orb like the one that Whis has, there must have been a way for Black and Zamasu to have known about Super Saiyan Blue without actually meeting them in person. So we're gonna find out in a few episodes, hopefully, the truth behind that. But I do think that Trunks' statements are very valid. He has a point. So that's what where raised had in the godly key looks like. This is more reinforcement that once he does turn Super Saiyan Rose, it is not a regular transformation but that of a god. And I'm gonna show you guys in a second, because he quickly gets right in front of Vegeta and Vegeta is surprised. Like, what? How is this even possible? But what I want you to notice is that throughout the episode, whenever they show Goku Black, they always zoomed in to the time ring. Now you might be thinking, why? I mean, the time ring is not important anymore. We already know what the time ring does. But you see, the reason that they're zooming into the time ring is because they want to show us how Goku Black maybe got his powers, how he became so powerful. Maybe that has something to do with the time ring, and I'm gonna get back to that in a second. But it says, you are a mere human. And then Vegeta says, it means nothing when facing Super Saiyan Blue. Now this is telling us, this is the warning that Whis gave them, which is you can't be too cocky. You can't underestimate your enemy and think that you're the best just because you're Super Saiyan Blue. And this is one of Vegeta's downfalls that leads to his defeat. Now he says, I know how Vegeta felt on Planet Platofu. That's just referring back to the filler episodes right before the episode 47, alright? So I wouldn't mean that Black is really God, like a Zamasu. Well, that's not actually the case, and you're gonna find out soon. But you have come surprisingly far for having a human body. So potentially, Goku Black, his body might not be human. Yes, I know he does look like Goku, but maybe he was able to mix Goku's body, maybe the dead one from the future, with the body of a god. And that's actually gonna leave to some theories that suggest that, okay, where is Gowasu? Maybe Gowasu was forced to fuse with a demon or something. I mean, that's just speculation, but clearly this character Goku Black, his physical body looks like it's a combination of that of a god and that of a human to create something even more powerful. All right, so now you have this really cool animation, and then you have Super Saiyan Rose, and that's what he calls it, Super Saiyan Rose, because that's what the humans will call it, so that's what I'm gonna call it. All right, and again, you have another zoom in to the time ring. So now this is a perfect time to explain the time ring. So how did Goku Black become so powerful? Well, the reason for that is simple. From my understanding so far, it is very possible that Goku Black went into the future, trained for a very long time, and then came back to the present, okay, with the time ring, and now he's this powerful, because there is no way that he would have gotten this powerful so quickly. So what it seems to me, like I said, is he went into the future using the time ring with either the help of Zamasu or something. All right, so we're gonna find out hopefully soon. All right, now I have finally mastered Son Goku's power completely, says Goku Black. You have reached the height of a beauty at my hand. So now this leads me to another point, which is Super Saiyan Blue the equivalent of Super Saiyan, I'm sorry, is Super Saiyan Rose basically identical to Super Saiyan Blue, or is it a transformation after Super Saiyan Blue? Just because Goku Black went Super Saiyan Rose doesn't mean that that is the equivalent of Super Saiyan Blue. It could very well be that he has gone Super Saiyan Blue and has gone above that. So it's very possible, if that is the case, that Goku and Vegeta have the potential to go another transformation above Super Saiyan Blue, which would be Super Saiyan Rose, okay? Because remember, Goku Black in base form was very, very powerful. So I do think that it is possible that there are two transformations, okay?
What do you think the power difference was between Super Saiyan Rose and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta?
Great question, brother. Thank you for sending me that on Snapchat. Now, to answer your question, I think Super Saiyan Rose is much more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue can put up a good fight, but Super Saiyan Rose is at a higher level. And that's gonna leave us into another question from another fan that we're gonna get to in a moment. So then he says, the opening act needs to know when to leave the stage. for Harley. Now I love this because his eyes start glowing. It's almost like he's gone through a multiplier right now, and then he's able to, well, but Vegeta is still putting up a good fight. But then this happens. Now this isn't the first time that we've seen this in the anime. We've seen this type of move before, and we also saw it when Zamasu was fighting Goku in Universe 10, and he was about to do something similar. So now, how did Goku Black achieve this form? We don't know. But I love Goku's reaction to this. Like, what? His reaction is priceless. That is mirroring our reaction. We were not expecting that. We see a little bit of blood, which was also surprising. I was not expecting to see blood. And he says, the opening course, you make a tasty appetizer. This guy is pure evil. The opening course has made me even stronger. So Goku Black is becoming even stronger and stronger and stronger than he was before. And now he's ready to reach his maximum potential after fighting Goku. So Future Trunks says, wow, Goku's going at full power from the start, and that is very rare of Goku to do. So Goku definitely sees him as a threat, and he says, I can no longer be reached by the likes of mere humans, says Goku Black. Don't you want to taste this power as well? So potentially, Goku Black might be offering Goku the ability to become at his level. Maybe if he allows him to control his body or something, or maybe Zamasu wants to do something with Goku Black, because later you're gonna see Zamasu show up. But now Goku Black has a very interesting ability, which is he's able to control his God Ki, which is something that Wiz talked about. Wiz talked about controlling your Ki. Now Goku Black is able to focus that on one point of his body and then bring it back to the rest of his body. So this is a deadly ability of having full control over your Ki. Now I won't allow any more unauthorized fighting, says Zamasu, and he comes from the heavens, and he looks a little bit older, he looks a little bit wiser. He actually looks, if you look at Zamasu right here in this shot, he looks like a few years older. So that kind of leads me to believe that this is not the same Zamasu from the present time, that this could be a Zamasu from the future. But he also says, I believe you promised me that I could finish off Son Goku. So these two characters are working together. Now I don't know whether Zamasu is stronger than Goku Black, whether he's just above him as a god, we don't know. But we have a question from one of the fans.
Do you think that Goku will go Kaioken, or will Goku and Vegeta fuse?
To answer your question, I don't think that Goku is gonna go Kaioken or Kaioken times 10 or any of that, because he was warned by King Kai that was very dangerous to his body. But to answer the second part of your question, I think at this point it is very possible that these characters are gonna go Super Saiyan, they're gonna fuse together, Goku and Vegeta. Actually, I'm gonna go even as far as to say it's very probable, not just possible, but probable. And I have evidence. I'm gonna make a separate video that's going to talk about the hidden truth behind the hidden truth or anime theory, and it's gonna show you with evidence that Goku and Vegeta are gonna be fusing together, and there's gonna be an epic battle ahead. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about that in the next video. But in the meantime, what do you guys think about this? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, because there are so many different possibilities that could be happening here that I don't want to spoil too much. But I'm definitely gonna talk about this in my next episode, and also in my episode 57 English dub in-depth analysis. We're gonna talk about that, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. In the meantime, do me a favor, because on the 17th of September there is no episode of Dragon Ball Super, but instead we're gonna be releasing a 5-minute parody in English dubs on the Battle of Gods. So make sure you guys watch the trailer if you haven't already seen it, because trust me, the full episode is going to be amazing, and I will see you guys later.